Hello everyone. Today we are not just sitting around listening to advice or distant theories. No, today we will embark on a journey together. Journey to find peace of mind in this world full of chaos and worry. Our journey begins with a seemingly simple but extremely profound question. How to stop worrying and really start living. Worrying is like a big wave. It hits the shore of the mind, sweeping away every little grain of sand, every bit of peace that we try to hold on to. Worry does not come once, but like ocean waves, wave after wave, never stopping. We worry about work, about family, about things that have not happened, about things that have passed. Let me ask you, have you ever sat down and thought, of all the things I worry about, how many of them actually come true? According to what I read, up to 90% of the things we worry about never actually happen. Yet worry still occupies our mind. It's a shame that we let it rule our lives, as if our minds are locked into a channel that constantly broadcasts the worst-case scenarios. Day after day, precious moments pass by silently, and we can't really live in the present. Is it a shame? I think it's a huge shame. But don't worry, I'm not here just to talk about things that make you sad. Today, I want to share with you a solution, not some far-fetched theory, but practical tools drawn from an ancient philosophy called Stoicism. Imagine this. You're a warrior. But warriors don't always have to fight, right? Sometimes the best warriors are the ones who know how to pick the right battle. Stoicism is the same. People like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, they were not just philosophers who sat thinking, they were warriors. But their battles were not with swords and bows, but with their own minds. What if I told you that there is a philosophy that has been around for thousands of years, providing powerful tools to deal with anxiety? Would you like to know more? Stoicism is not just a theory, it is an action. It is not about sitting still and thinking about life, but about actually living each moment with a deep awareness, present. Here's what I want to share with you. Anxiety, at its core, is a never-ending series of thoughts about what has happened or what might happen in the future. It is like an endless loop, constantly drowning us in uncertainty. But what would happen if you truly accepted the present? If you realized that the past no longer matters and the future has not yet come, you'll begin to see that you can release the things you can't control. That's liberating, right? Stoicism teaches that to control anxiety, we need to understand that the only thing we can control is our response to the present moment. Everything else, whether it's circumstances, other people, or the future, is out of our control. Here's a powerful Stoic exercise for you. Imagine your life as a series of little moments, and each one is an opportunity to live it to the fullest. That's all I need to focus on, not the past, not the future, just the present. Think about it. When you're truly tuned into whatever you're doing, like when you eat, savor every bite. When you walk, you listen to every step, feel the air around you, you're actively participating in life. And this very act of being present calms the mind. Anxiety has no place to exist when you are fully present, not haunted by unrealistic scenarios. The Stoics believe that we can escape many illusions by simply being present. We often let our minds run away into assumptions, into unfounded fears. But when we anchor ourselves in the present, all those illusions begin to lose their power. And with them, anxiety fades. Are you ready to face your anxiety? Not by running away from it or suppressing it, by facing it. Inspired by timeless wisdom, we will understand that anxiety is not something to be eliminated completely, something to be managed effectively. Because it is not about never feeling anxious, but knowing how to let anxiety not interfere with your life. Stoic philosophy also emphasizes being the architect of your own solutions. You do not just stand by and let circumstances decide, you act. Think about it. When you stop worrying, you start to find creative solutions to improve your situation. This not only reduces your anxiety, but also increases your confidence because you realize that you are equipped to overcome whatever life throws at you. Finally, and this is the important thing, true power lies not in controlling everything around you, but in controlling your reactions. Be strong, be wise, and let your worries be the driving force that helps you live more fully each day. Let's continue, shall we? Let's not just talk about theory, but also practice together. I will help you truly live fully in the present. Break your day into small moments, one at a time. Imagine that you don't have to do anything complicated. Just focus on each thing you are doing right now. No thinking about the past, no worrying about the future. Just live fully in the moment right now. You'll see, this not only makes you feel less stressed, but it also makes life easier and more enjoyable. But be careful. Worry is not something that can be chased away easily. It's like an uninvited guest that follows you around at all times. Do you ever feel like we spend days, months, or even years worrying about things that have already happened or haven't happened yet? It's almost as if our minds are tuned into a constant stream of fears, regrets, and anticipations that never end. Precious moments of the present pass us by without us even noticing, because our minds are somewhere else. But what if I told you that you could learn to break out of that loop and actually live each moment to the fullest? Here's a powerful Stoic practice for you. Break your day down into small, moment-by-moment blocks, and live them with your full attention. Imagine that, instead of letting your mind wander into the past or worry about the future, you are actually tuning into whatever you are doing. That's all you need to focus on. Right here, right now. Think about how liberating that is. When you are fully present, you no longer have to worry about bad future scenarios or regretful things that happened in the past. You are actively participating in life right now. It's powerful, right? Stoic practice is not just mindfulness or meditation. Does it require you to sit down in silence or focus on your breath every second? It's simply about making a conscious decision not to let your thoughts drift into places where they have no practical effect. This means, if you're eating, enjoy every bite. If you're walking, feel every step. Pay attention to the sounds, the air around you. This is how we truly accept the present. This act of presence not only calms the mind, but also reduces the noise of anxiety. Anxiety cannot exist when our minds are fully engaged in the present. That's the power of focusing on each small moment. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said that we can be free from many illusions if we fully accept the present moment. True, right? When we live fully in the present, the shadows of our minds, our worries, assumptions, and fears gradually lose their power. But this isn't about suppressing emotions or ignoring anxiety. Instead, we're tackling anxiety head-on by focusing on what we can control right now. When you live in the moment, you're no longer chasing after vague thoughts about what might happen. You are equipped to overcome anxiety because your mind is focused on what you can control. Present. When we truly live in the present, we are no longer victims of our circumstances. Instead, we become the architects of our own solutions. This means that instead of just waiting for bad things to happen, you are actively participating in your life and taking practical actions to improve the things around you. Remember, the goal here is not to never feel anxious. That's impossible. We all have moments when we feel anxious or fearful. But the big difference here is, when you break your day down into small moments and live in each moment, you learn to manage anxiety effectively. You don't let it get in the way of living your best life. Next, I'm going to tell you that to reduce anxiety, you need to take 3 steps to manage it. Make sure you're really committed to the process, because these aren't just theoretical steps, they're specific actions that have been proven over time. For Stoics, managing anxiety is an important part of achieving inner peace and living a meaningful life. Step 1. Identify the cause of your anxiety. The first thing we need to do is name our anxiety. Think about it. Sometimes just naming it, identifying it correctly, can significantly reduce its power. When we're not clear about what's worrying us, anxiety can become vague and overwhelming. That's why identifying the exact cause of your worry is so important. Here's a powerful Stoic exercise for you. Take some time to write down what's really worrying you. It could be work, personal relationships, or financial worries. When you name your worry, you begin the process of taking back control of your mind. Step 2. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Imagine you've clearly identified your worry. The next step is to face it head-on. Imagine the worst-case scenario. It sounds weird, right? But think about how liberating it is. When you face your worry and imagine the worst, You're mentally preparing yourself for all outcome, including the worst. This can calm the mind, helping you realize that even the worst outcome is something you can handle. You will find that when you accept the worst possibility, worry no longer holds the same power. That is how the Stoics lived. They did not avoid fear, faced it with courage. Step 3. Move from passive, proactive. Now that you've identified your worries and imagined the worst, it's time to take action. This is where you become the architect of your solutions. You'll move from passive worrying, proactive action by asking yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? This could be taking small steps to reduce the risk, planning preventative solutions. You're equipped to overcome the shadows in your mind if you just use your creative thinking to come up with practical solutions. This proactiveness not only helps you control your worries, but also turns them into a clear plan of action, so you no longer feel passive in life. We will tackle anxiety head-on, not by suppressing it, but by understanding it and applying practical strategies to manage it. Remember, the goal is not to never feel anxious, because that is impossible. The real goal is to manage anxiety so effectively that it no longer prevents you from living your best life. Be strong, be wise, and remember, you can always control how you respond to everything that happens. When you move forward with courage and calmness, you will discover that you can live more powerfully, more freely, not ruled by anxiety, but as the architect of your own life's solutions. Think about this. How many times in your life have you worried about things that are beyond your control? We spend days, months, or even years trying to change what happened in the past or worrying about the uncertain future. It's almost as if our minds are tuned into a constant stream of worst-case scenarios, constantly stealing our peace in the present. But what if I told you, there's a way to break free from this cycle and regain control of your life? Let's get straight to the point. Stoic philosophy emphasizes focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. It's a simple concept, but incredibly powerful. Think about how liberating it is to be no longer bound by things that are beyond your control. That's all I need to focus on the present, on what I can do to improve my situation, rather than trying to change what has already happened, or anticipating a future that I can't control. We often get stuck in thoughts about why this happened to me, or if only I had done something different, things would be better. But the truth is, precious moments pass when we focus on what we can't change. Stoic philosophy teaches us that it's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. When you learn to accept what you can't control, you actively engage in your life, focus, and inner peace. Here's a powerful Stoic exercise for you. Really tune into whatever you're doing. If you are eating, really enjoy each bite. If you are walking, feel each step. This act of presence calms the mind, helping you to let go of the shadows in our minds, worrying thoughts about things you cannot control. When you truly accept the present, you will find that illusions and worries begin to lose their power. And remember, the goal is not to never feel anxious. That is impossible. We are all human, and anxiety is a natural part of life. You are equipped to overcome these worries. By becoming the architect of your own solutions, you can move from a passive to an active position, from feeling caught up in situations you cannot control, to regulating and managing your responses. When you focus on what you can control, you will find that the strength and courage to acknowledge the things you cannot change will help you find peace in your life. Worries about the future and the past will gradually fade, giving way to mental freedom. This is where the timeless wisdom of Stoicism really comes into play, helping you live a life free from unnecessary worries. Finally, be strong, be wise, and never forget. Control in your life doesn't lie in changing what has happened or worrying about what might happen. It lies in controlling how you react to those situations. By focusing on the present, you will find joy and peace in every moment. And that is the key to living a meaningful and fulfilling life. Stay with me, shall we? Together we will continue to explore this journey, with profound philosophies and concrete actions that you can apply immediately to your life. Thank you for watching the video. I really hope that what I shared in this video can help you feel more relieved and find peace in your life. I know that controlling anxiety and living fully in the present is not easy, but I believe that you can do it. If you find this video useful, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content. That's how you can continue this journey with me, where we will explore more interesting things about how to apply Stoicism in daily life. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below to share your thoughts or what you are going through. I look forward to listening and chatting with you. Finally, don't forget that each of us has the power to control our reactions to every situation. Be strong, be wise, and always remember, you are not alone in this journey. Wish you a meaningful and peaceful day. See you in the next videos.